Hey everyone, it's Brian and Jeff with WorkshopAddict.com. We're going to go over the Yardmax 35-ton half-beam log splitter and also compare it to the Yardmax 35-ton full-beam log splitter. Now when we're comparing the two, they both can handle a 26-inch log. They both have a 306cc Briggs & Stratton XR 1450 motor, and they both have a 17 gallon per minute pump.
They both have a 12.5 second run or cycle time. The full beam does have 6 gallons of hydraulic fluid, where the half beam is 4.7 gallons of hydraulic fluid. Other than that, they're pretty close to the same.
So most of the difference between these two log splitters is in their looks, in their size.
Your full beam is basically your traditional looks of a log splitter, where the half beam is more next gen. You know, it's the advancement, it's the way things are going now.
The half beam is a little bit more engineered, it's a little bit more ergonomic, but when you get to the looks, it's hard to say that, you know, they're both priced the same.
And they're both going to do the same job. They're both 35 ton. We ran them next to each other, and they both perform the same.
The big difference is the ergonomics. When you really look at these two units, the full beam has a table height that's 2 inches taller. The half beam is obviously 2 inches lower.
But the full beam also has a tire that's in your way. The control valve is on the side. It makes it a little harder when you're talking ergonomics.
That position of the control valve is big because with this narrower wheelbase, we can get closer to the table. We have this up top, which makes it easier. You actually kind of rest on it a little bit and it gives you some beef to move the log around. But even more so when you put these in a vertical position.
You can run this from anywhere, where this one you basically have to be on the right side.
I think, yeah, when you're trying to hold a log up on these are not designed with a huge table on the bottom to put a huge log on when you're going vertically. So you got to muscle this log up against this, hold it against the beam, and bring down your splitter. To me, ergonomics wise, the half beam is 100% way to go.
If I had to choose between the two, which one I would want to run all day, it would definitely be the half beam.
But it's not just the all ergonomics that gives you the feeling of more comfort with the half beam. You have a easier way of lifting this half beam into the vertical position. And it even has a lock once it is in the vertical position, which you don't have with the full beam. So that's a huge benefit. Now, if you're worried about the log falling on your tires, this does have fenders. I don't know if that's a huge deal, but it is nice to have. And if you're moving these around a lot, especially by hand, the half beam is a lot more balanced.
But if you're trailering them a lot, this one would probably trailer better than this, just because it's wider and longer. But on smooth roads, I think they're going to both trailer very well.
The full beam is wider and is longer, so you're still limited to a slow speed. They have stickers all over them. It says don't exceed 45 miles an hour.
Which is still probably a little on the fast side. But
yeah, you have something very small behind you. So it's all going to come down to you. What do you want? How far are you going to tow these, if you're going to tow them at all? I know when we move ours around here, 90% of the time, if it's going a long ways, it's on a trailer. If it's just bopping around town, no issue. But if you're going 35 miles an hour or 35 miles away, it is much easier to throw it on a trailer, strap it down and go.
Hook it up to the four-wheeler and take it all.
So even though we've said, hey, ergonomics, benefits, looks, strength, everything, I know someone below is going to say, look, buddy, that half beam is not as strong as the full beam. But what we need to look at is the mounting points of where they have the cylinder on the half beam. And there's two large pins that come out right next to or in front of the cylinder. And then you have your wedge that's mounted to the beam. So that is what holds everything in place on the half beam.
In the full beam, the wedge is identical to the half beam. The only difference is the mounting point of the cylinders on the back. Other than that, the strength issue is identical.
While you might think that there's a mounting position in the center, it's actually the cylinder is free floating in there, and that's just to knock the logs off.
Right.
That's it. So in this situation, I think you have two different styles. One is one that when you look at it, you go, that's a little bit more traditional, looks a little bit more beefy.
If you're a person that's going to do vertical splitting, This one, hands down, is going to be so much more easier and effective, meaning the half beam, over the full beam.
I agree. I think even horizontal. I would prefer this unit hands down over the full beam any day, simply because I can get the log up here. I'm not kicking a tire. I'm not tripping over a tire.
You're not bending over. You're not leaning over.
In the 2-inch smaller table means it's 2 inches less. I have to pick up a large log,
Correct.
and I don't notice the table difference, even being 6'4", because I have my hand straight up in the air. It's just comfortable.
Good point.
So if you're looking at something, you're looking at one of these, you're comparing the two, you know where we stand. We have had footage of us pushing these logs through some huge knots or just trying to tear these things up. It's not going to happen. We've used both of them quite a bit. The full beam's got a lot of use on it. They're quality units. We'll put some links down below so you guys can check pricing. They're priced the same.
It's all going to come down to which one you like better.
We hope we can help you out with that. Stop by WorkshopAddict.com. We have a lot of different projects and tools out there. We have write-ups. We have a lot of giveaways. So subscribe to our channel. Give us a like. Follow us on social media. Thanks for your time, guys. Have a great day.